Good morning, guys. I hope you had a great weekend. I definitely did. Did a lot of studying and research this weekend, and of course watched many episodes of the show Billions. Now I have the SPY open here on my screen. As you guys can see, last year from March, very nice uptrend. I mean, what a beautiful chart. It just, a typical uptrend pattern, a nice little rip, recovery, goes through the resistance very easy, stalls for some time, and then absolutely just rips up high and then stays above the 50-day moving average and just rides it along. Okay. Now on this chart, when we look at it like this, it looks amazing. Sometimes I want to point out one thing. I often point this out every few weeks, just to let you guys know. When you guys have your charts open, your y-axis matters a lot. If I extend my y-axis, right, the chart will look scary. Oh my God, it's extended. Okay, I mean, so these are some things that you guys need to know. Two kinds of charts, logarithmic and then linear. And then if I go shorter on my y-axis, the chart does not look that dangerous. It looks like it's just going to continue going up. So this is all based on your psychology, how you view things. Okay, so something to keep an eye on. Sometimes your charts are not set up right and it makes you think certain things, but then it doesn't happen. One small green candle may seem like a big green candle to you. Okay, so just something, I don't know if you guys noticed, but nice little uptrend. And here we're approaching the 50-day moving average on SPY, right? So if I zoom in, we're approaching the 50-day moving average. Do we bounce from 442? A few weeks back, right, or around this time, not a few weeks, last week on 2nd September, we gave the levels to you. 450, 446, 442. Okay. 450, 446, 442. Now, 450 it broke. 446 was next, which is right around the corner right here. Next, on a dip, if it does dip, 442 is next. Okay. Now the thing is, SPY is opening up high on pre-market at 448. So little gaps. And me personally, I'm expecting SPY to stay in this range for 1-2 weeks maybe. Maybe it does take our all-time highs, which is great. Then let it rip. But for now, I do see if SPY is opening up here, it might rip today. Tomorrow we might have a red day. It might just do something like this. Or maybe today we have a red day, gives up gains, and then tomorrow we go up. Whatever the scenario may be. Okay, I see SPY holding the 50-day moving average and then consolidate and then slowly go back into the uptrend. I don't really have a reason that SPY is going to flush. Now, many people are looking at the monthly chart. They're drawing all these trend lines, making it look dangerous. This will happen. This will happen. Not until it happens. Why believe it, right? I mean, the reason I'm saying that is because you end up missing on a lot of opportunities when you start believing things before they happen, right? Let them happen and then believe them. So SPY, I hope we have a red month this month. I hope October is also mini red. November maybe a green or a reversal, and then we can have a nice little uptrend again. Okay. So that's just my scenario. I don't know what's going to happen, but just something that I thought. Tech, monthly Qs open, levels 382.50 plus hold, we go higher, or else downside 375 and then 370, we see what it does. Okay, monthly looks great. On the daily, if you get caught in the weekly positions, just know daily sometimes what happens is your weekly positions go to zero and you think the market is weak. Well, the market is trading at all-time highs. Where's your account at? All right. That's something to ask yourself. If you have not maintained your account or you're not in the green with tech and S&P, all with the highs, then there's something wrong that you're doing. I'm not saying your account has to be at all-time highs, but you should at least be able to maintain and learn from your mistakes and become a better trader overall. Okay, and if you're down, that's fine. It happens in the market, not to worry. So go back and see what you did wrong. Where were you putting your money when all these stocks were running or the indexes were running? What exactly happened with your account? Get to know yourself as a trader. So on Qs, 382.50 plus, we go higher in my opinion. Otherwise, 375, 370 in between is chop. No idea where the market goes. Okay. Financials, stuck in this chop at the top, resistance, not until it takes out 38.60 and then a 39 plus hold. I believe a nice little uptrend. Otherwise, we do have a downside in this rectangle and then all the way down to 35. Okay. Energy is stuck again here. It's at the 200 moving day average. Let's see what happens here. This will be very critical. And once it breaks above the 50-day moving average, I believe we might see a little upside. Okay, maybe they touch the moving averages here, given its time, and then we may see an uptrend. But right now, I will not touch it. Okay, for me, at least a 49 plus hold is a very must. And X, yeah, US Steel on LB's request. So I have the levels drawn here. A great chart. Vlad follows the steel stocks very closely in our group. In the first support and resistance area, nice little rip, obviously gave up some gains, but what I like about this chart is that it's trying to hold these levels. Like, it's not breaking down, right away. It's just consolidating left, right, slowly giving up gains at the 50-day moving average. I think if we can take 27 on this, if we can take 27 plus hold, I believe this goes back to a 29 and 30. And on options like on a stock like this can pay if you catch the move. And personally, like I said last night, I'll be doing a lot of equity trades, so keep an eye out. Right, on a stock like this, I may just be looking for a 30-40 cent move. Right, go in with maybe, I don't know, for $27,000, you catch that a 30-40 cent move in a day, get that couple of or few percent return on your equity, right? And then keep a tight stop, obviously. And next, some upgrades that we have, mainly from Goldman Sachs. Twitter has a sell price target at 60, so let's look at the Twitter chart. Because it's Goldman Sachs, that's the only reason I'm just taking a little, paying more attention to it. I'll erase all this from last time. Okay, so Twitter is right at the 200 moving day average. Today, if we can hold these levels and we can close above 61 or 62, okay, so Twitter right off the bat, it's at the 200-day moving average, right? I'm not going to look at any other levels, but sometimes these work great. If it consolidates here for 1-2 days, today, Monday, Tuesday, I would buy 3 to 4 weeks out options, maybe $63 or $64 calls. There's a good chance this might go back towards 65. Okay, I will not enter today. Maybe it rips today, then let it rip. Then I'll wait for my other levels. But on the 200 moving day average, I will wait for 1-2 days. It holds and it closes above. I'll probably take a vertical spread or something on this. So this is definitely on my list. Amazon, they're raised their price target to 42.50. So went over this chart. I have my support drawn on September 3rd lows, which was a 34.36. Last week, Amazon needed 3,500 plus in order for a potential gap up trade, like a big gap up and a rip. We did not get that. So, and I'm kind of happy because I want Amazon to stay under 35.50 and then stay above this zone. Just stay here for a few more days. The reason I'm saying this is because then here we will stall less. Right, there's good chances here it might just do a little flag and then rip if we consolidate here. Okay, but if we rip and then 37 will be hard. It's not, I don't think it will just rip through. Maybe it'll take a long time then. So as long as Amazon holds these levels, it's just setting up great, patiently waiting. And then crowd, neutral, pull back to 305. I don't know why they said that, because the stock is trading under 300, so I'm not sure why they made that comment. But or maybe they meant 205, I guess. But it's at the 50-day moving average. There is a gap fill right here, a huge gap fill. So personally, I'll wait, let it set, because here it's in choppy waters. Very hard to predict the move. If you catch the right move, you'll make money. If you don't, your options will lose a lot of value. Okay, and because this stock moves a lot, from 170 to 280. So the IV on this stock is very high on options. So you'll be paying a lot of money on options if you're buying weeklies or 2 weeks out. Understand option pricing, you will know when to pay the fair value. Okay, so on a stock like this, playing here is choppy. If you catch it, fine, you'll make money. If you don't, the options will go down quick and it'll drain your account. Airbnb. Great looking chart. I do like it. I like the back test of 160, and then if it reverses, maybe goes up, right? So maybe comes down to here, back test, and see if it reverses back up, right? And then we can see a nice little rip. Quickly, to compare with this price action with snow a few weeks out, this is what I'm talking about right here, this rectangle right here. Right, I'll just zoom in. Something like this, right? Rip out of highs and then just consolidate for some time, and then a nice little uptrend. Now the thing here is Goldman Sachs gave it a, Airbnb. They gave it a sell target of 132. Sometimes they come up with these targets so they can load up the stock lower. We don't always have to believe in the upgrades and downgrades. Many times the stock moves the opposite. Okay, so play the levels. That's what's real. If it reverses to 160ish and gives us a reversal signal, I'm pretty sure LB loves this stock. He plays it a lot. I mean, so maybe we'll get entry from him. But for now, I will wait.
Which one?
Airbnb. Space, we have some news I was reading this morning. Their flight is delayed, right? So something wrong with one of the components. And but for me to play this chart, it's a totally, I don't want to use the word, but totally effed up chart. How do you play this chart? I mean, a rip, I mean, down. I mean, it's just a flight goes fine, rip it, then it's down. So a stock like this, just know if you're playing it, rewards are big, but then you also got to be willing to take the risk of losses. If you're on the right side, you'll catch it. Like here, the trend basically is they take it a little up every time before a squeeze, okay? A nice little uptrend line. Do they squeeze it from here now? Right? I mean, I know that there's a flight delay, we wait, but if it takes a 28, do they squeeze this again one more time, like this, right? Higher highs on a longer time frame. But it does need a 28, so 28 is must on space. If you can hold 28 plus, then maybe we'll see a move up in the coming weeks. But for now, I would avoid. Now, vaccine stocks, right? I just want to talk about a lot of news coming out for Pfizer. Their shots are approved for the 5 and 11-year-olds, I believe, and Moderna. So let's just go over those charts. Pfizer, I do love the chart, right? This is a very good chart because from here, I do see, I may be completely wrong, but if it holds these levels right here, this can be a great entry point right here by the 50-day moving average. And if you catch this entry point, you can catch a move towards 48. I'm already in the January calls, which were up nice. Right now they're down, but I'm holding them, that's fine. I was not planning to get a 20-cent profit. But if Pfizer from here reverses, gives us a reversal signal, you can catch a move from 46 to 48. Remember, we're trading, not investing on daytime. This $2 move or even a $1 move is a very good profitable move on an option. Remember that, okay? So keep an eye on Pfizer at 46, hold. Sorry, no, this is a 44 level, sorry. So 44, so 44 to 46 and then 46 to 48, okay? And so keep an eye on Pfizer. If you get an entry here around 44, you can keep a tight stop. It's right at the 50-day moving average, and buy 2 weeks out, 3 weeks out maybe, and then you might get that move, okay? So Pfizer I do like, and once it breaks 50 again and holds, this runs big because the monthly is beautiful on Pfizer. Moderna, so similar thing, right? Pfizer is doing something similar. I'm not saying the same thing is going to happen, right? But just thing. And so Moderna, this was a note from before. I haven't gone over this chart for a while. The 414 hold and potential rip to upside, and that's exactly what happened. We had the 1414 hold right here. That's exactly what I was talking about. We had the 1440 hold right here and a nice little rip to upside to 450. Right, so from 414 it went to 464. You don't need to catch this for a 40-point move or 50. All you have to catch was like a $20 point move, and you can make enough money on your options. Okay, and somebody just so LB just posted a lot of upgrades in Discord, and then we have Nova handbags.
Moderna's worth more than McDonald's.
Right? Well, it's a vaccine, right? ANVAX, it needs above 250 hold. All right, 240 is trying to hold now, so 250 hold is must, and then we see a rip towards 300. Okay, we did get the move here, but if they failed it. But from here, if we do take our 250 again and we hold it, this likely rips up higher. And then we have AstraZeneca. Currently as support, right, it has to hold these levels. If it doesn't, then obviously the chart can break down. Right, but then again, a lot of vaccine news, well, it'll depend on that. Now, Disney came out with news. You have to relate a lot of news. Disney said soon, in a few months, they will not be releasing no more movies on Disney Plus. I mean, they will, but very less. They're going to be releasing their movie in theaters. What does that tell us? It's opening up, right? I mean, things are opening. Around the world, I mean, some people I know are traveling. Everything's open. Right, Spain is fully open right now. I mean, they use the mask, but Madrid is so super busy right now. So, but here we might, wherever you are, you hear news, you hear certain things, but it's not the same, right? I'm not in Toronto, I hear certain news and I'm like, man, this is what's going on. Then I call my family, they're like, no, nothing is, like everything's open, it's back to normal, right? So, keep an eye, and 924 guys, manage your accounts, wish you all the best. Last night, if you were in the session, congrats. One equity play which I'll be going over is TOPS. Right, we did some details on this last night. So my order is already in pre-market. I'm buying 10,000 shares to start with at $1.36. My order is in. With a stop loss, I'll put as soon as it's executed, I'll post my entry, my stop loss, everything. And this is a shipping stock, so I think it has some potential rip towards upside. Do some research on it, see if you like it. God bless you guys back in the chat.